to make the hard spending decisions and truly prioritize what's best for our students and community. During the previous campaign, wrestlers said we need a board to engage with the community and not ignore the taxpayers, parents, and community members when they have a concern. There needs to be better interactions such as town halls and Q&A during public comment and meetings, which hasn't happened. And we need a board who is fiscally responsible and make decisions towards better academics and health. Actions speak louder than words, and their voting records make it clear that electing Wrestler, Ewan, Yerger, Thompson, and Boyer would just bring more spending that increases taxes without improving student outcomes, which has resulted in our district having the lowest PSSA scores in the county. We need school leaders that respectfully engage with all community members and hold the administration and each other accountable to prioritize our students while also keeping tax burden. I pray that voters are better informed and don't rely on empty campaign promises, nor be fooled by those who are now saying no tax increase but fail to adjust your spending priorities. Thank you.
Y'all got the microphone, and I've got the job down here.
Stand by that microphone. Can you hear it better there? I don't know.
I don't have a prepared speech. I have exhibit A and B. Again tonight, I'm going to talk to y'all about disrespect, lack of transparency, and rudeness. You've been told time and again that Mel Wrestler harassed so badly. Krista hit that day. Krista was put in a position of resigning. What's that trying to get back? Littlestown even as an employer. But the rudeness. I'm going to give just the last piece of paper as an example of disrespect to the public. Sullivan got up that this side of the table, walked to that side of the table to speak. Now when he left, fourth side of the table went to the podium. He wasn't a board member. He was a citizen, a member of a club, tall. And he pleaded and asked for the harassment and bullying to stop. And then he left the podium, and he walked back around to the board members respect. Respect. How many times has that word been called out in the sunshine? It's been told time and time again, you're in violation. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You matter of fact, you ignored the parents that brought it up. Not that bad. So what happens? You've been sued. Right here, today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Has been sued. Another violation.
Mr. Moffett,
I knew that.
I'm Ms. Marquez. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a parent. My wife works in the school district. She regrets not being here this evening. And I'm a voter. And I do have something to prepare for. Good evening. Thank you for your time and the opportunity to speak with the board. As the school year is coming to a close, our son Daniel is preparing to enter high school. Our family wanted to take a few minutes to share with the board the amazing and positive experience he has had at Littlestown Middle School. This experience rests on many different factors, the biggest one being the staff. For the last 3 years, we have watched many people invest their time in me and help him to be successful. Mrs. Brinkley in 6th grade challenged me to become a better reader, and his 6th grade team advocated for him to get support for his academics. His 7th grade team encouraged him and began to see him thrive academically. During 8th grade, he made his matured academically and socially. Ted Lowe set a standard for preparing for his academic future in high school and in ELA. He spoke volumes to attend his IEP meeting, where only one teacher is required to be there. Both Dr. Lamb, and Mr. Popoff both attended, stating how highly they think of him. He was able to achieve his goals, but he has had command staff to walk with him and guide him on his journey. I apologize for not recognizing each staff member, people like Mrs. Rummel, Mrs. Johnson, Ms. Willett, and Mrs. Reed, but every one of them impacted his life. They not only supported me academically, but socially as well. They often turned to people like Mrs. Williams or Miss Allison to seek advice or to share his feelings. These people always made time for him, no matter what else they might be doing. They often shared with staff members over the last 3 years, give up their lunchtime to eat with students. That's truly investing in them. Hands the friendly and supportive building for our son and our family. The school and this class set that tone and are always available. The same can be said for the entire staff. One staff member that has made the largest impact on me is Ms. Whittle. Nate hated to read. He struggled to become a successful reader. Nate's scores showed all of us a child that was not reading on grade level, and though he was making progress, he was frustrated. During 7th grade, Ms. Whittle turned this around for him. They read the book The Outsiders, and our son loved it. Believe me, he loved it. He's read it like 7 times, watched the movie at least 5, 6. Ms. Whittle made a connection with him and helped him to begin to enjoy reading. Nate would come home and talk about the book as well as all the time Ms. Whittle invested in him. As parents, we were proud to see this change. Nate's scores have greatly increased. Often in our daily lives, we don't see the impact we have on other people. Please know Ms. Whittle made that difference for Nate. As a thank you, we supported the Outside Museum in Tulsa, Oklahoma by buying a brick with her name and Nate's name on it with the slogan, Stay Gold. The brick is part of the entrance to the museum. We also met Macchio, one of the actors in the movie, and they had their picture taken as they're thanking Ms. Whittle personally. Thank you to NAMS for everything they do on a daily basis. The board and community should be proud of the dedication and hard work NAMS puts into our students. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Also, thank you, Rick. Thanks for having us. Sorry. Our presentation, of course, will be up on the front. I don't know if there's a can I move to the center? Okay, we'll get started again. Thanks again for having us. We have some slides here to look at, some things that we've done in the past, and we did it this school year, and as time has moved on, it's amazing how quickly it goes by. We've heard a lot of good things about students this evening and now how the teachers have interacted with them. Our department is to give the student an opportunity to recharge, take a breath, hopefully get a good lunch, have some time and experience with their friends, and then go back to class. So a few pictures there. A few more will come up. Managing. I don't know. There you go. We actually have a few of our, those are some of our students here on the left, one of our associates, and then Chef Guy, Mr. Randall, I think some of you met him along the way. He's actually working on what we call Discovery Kitchen. Discovery Kitchen allows us to take some time with the students. It really hits home in the elementary schools. They come up and they see the students at their pace, something we probably haven't had in the past. So it's an educational part for them. We actually do the cafeteria class. This is our classroom. In here, we're able to experience, very good experience, new products, things they may not receive at home, and maybe something they'll take home and say to mom, hey, I had this in school, can we try this? Or how do we make it? Tom? So what's next? This is the fun part. One of the things I wanted to talk about was I know the superintendent met with one of our colleagues 3-4 months ago. And one of the things that came up in a brief conversation with him, I think Tom was doing it, was we found out that there's a small culinary program here at the district where there's a group of students at the high school interested in the culinary curriculum. So one of the things we like to do moving forward is Chef John Mastrangelo, who's been here, and I will be working in Unit Alive for a curriculum that the teachers that are working with those students now, we will do that with them, superintendent and Tom, and then we'll try to put some action, some hand skills, how can I say, knife skills, safety steps, what the terms are. You know, the biggest thing in culinary is you have to know the terms. If you don't know the terms, you can stop. It's not as exciting as code, but we need a lot of something that we need, you know. Tom, I do have some more slides, right? One or two more. So some of the things that we'll be highlighting next year, again, I mentioned Discovery Kitchen. We've done global weeks, but not to the extent that we would like. We all know why we first meeting, but we all know it. Now we have an education going into the high school. One of the board meetings that I was at this building and this location, I said to the board at the time, I said, the kitchen in the high school has one piece of equipment, one convection oven. The food comes from one school, we have to hold it from the time it gets there to the time the food is done. We are eagerly waiting to see that in the kitchen. And we have to be part of the team to help design that kitchen. So when it's ready, I hope that we can do a grand opening at some point. But these programs, such as Global Week, will talk about international cuisine, have the students taste some things. Student choice, there's one. The students at the high school will be given a number of honors, 2 or 3 to choose from. They will determine who the winner is, and that item will then be put on the menu the following 2 weeks. There's 2 weeks they should have that on their menu. Their choice. They decided that should go on there. And then there's just fun days. Fun days are days that we can play, or we can do some things with all the students, all the grade levels. But we can also talk to the students and say, well, how do we interact with your student? If there's some sort of Civil War, let's just say that how can we require them to picnic, their picnic opportunities, if they're not speaking outside. So these are the things that we'll be looking for those opportunities. And actually, I'm going to ask the board at some point to come help us serve Halloween, Thanksgiving. We do this in other districts, and you'll be amazed to see our workers, our associates, as well as you'll get to meet a lot of students that you do know and you may not. To get to meet them. A couple other things. I talked about the culinary program, right? The idea here is teach them how to read the recipes, learn the words, what's a roux, what's it mean to cut something chef on, what's it mean to cut it on the bias, how do you use a steel sharpener knife? You don't actually sharpen the knife, it's really take the scraps off the blade and make it into a blade. We're going to teach them those things. Those are the things we'd like to teach them. And then Chef Johnny and I, with Matt's help, are looking to have a little competition and see how that one's developed. So that's going to all be like next April, once they have a chance to learn something. But that's our plan. Teach them how to do a plate presentation. Kind of looking forward to that. Now I don't have to work in kitchen. Next. And then just some graphics. You know, as the new high school comes on board, I think you recognize the picture to the right. We have some cards, mobile cards that we'll be talking to teachers about how we can interact and how we can team up. So we're eagerly looking for that high school. And I think there's one more slide. So if you have anything you'd like to talk about, if they're having any questions about that.
I actually have a question. I just wanted to say that looking at your new menu, that was a presentation. They look a lot better.
They will. The one thing I will caution everybody though, according to USDA regulation and as well as the state testing, there's a 21-day menu that has been put in the request proposal. We're required by federal regulation to follow that 21-day menu. So if we have a concern, somebody puts something on the menu, we can't table those cones and have sign off on one or two items. But the first 21 days, as the district put that proposal together, we have to use that menu.
So that's
Yeah, then we'll go through the proposal. And that's why we want student engagement. The menu's changed because of that engagement and that conversation. So we have the students. The student choice program allows us to keep doing that throughout the school. Yeah, we like putting it together. There's also one thing I will share. There's going to be new regulations coming. We expect to happen in July. Less sodium. Someone commented here, what did you just 1 week ago, and they said, oh, there's a recipe in this presentation that seems 100 milligrams of sodium. The average maximum requirement on sodium is 600 milligrams per week. So for the course of another week. And what I was trying to get more of to understand is that's just one recipe. What's going to happen is it's expected that in July, when we push this to the ruling, those numbers will be reduced. With some of that, flavors going to come out of that. So what we think we're working with, and we're actually working with McCormick down in Maryland to come up with some different spices and some seasonings to help flavor some of the products. So you might hear about that, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. So and sugar's coming down too.
All right. Can I make a suggestion? When the board member down here talks, please talk closer to the mic. You can't hear anything that Mary said. You're going to have the mic real close to your mouth. I mean, not that close. You can hear each other.
I can't hear words you're saying. Not one word. It's not funny. I need to hear it. I want to hear it.
We could hear it.
I know the way you hear it out.
Is there any anybody have any other questions for
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We'll see you again. Happy summer.
Mayor, this is like again presentation.
Gil?
I apologize to people when I have my back to the meeting. Nice to be here again. Thank you for that. This is the 20th month construction project. The stats are about the same. We're looking at the 25th of July for phase 2.